Welcome to episode 1 of Planetbase. It's going to be our newest series coming out Tuesdays, Thursdays. I think I'd know my own schedule, but I don't. So, this is kind of a city builder-esque kind of game. I just noticed this down here. You have your achievements, your credits, and the workshop, because you can do mods, I assume. But I just like that you can adjust what planet is behind on this main screen. I think this is the default one, and then this is the one I like, just because it's the one we're going to be playing on. So let's jump into it with a new game. So you have 3 tiers of planets. As you can see, we have accessible, challenging, overwhelming, and suicide. As you can see down here, 9 out of 10 milestones met. I have played this one several times, not like completing it, but I have started on this planet several times. So I thought maybe for this gameplay we would start out on the challenging blue planet, mostly because I'm tired of staring at the red from this planet, so blue background will be nice. So you gotta choose this, and then you can kind of choose where on the planet you start. It doesn't, like, this isn't representative of what you're going to see. This is just the seed for it. So let's do base Nox and start the game. And what's crazy is how quickly it loads. So damn, there, it's done. We'll have to see how the audio sounds on this. Luckily it's separate, so if it's too loud, I can edit it. So each planet... Okay, well first off, each difficulty comes with different things, so because we chose the more challenging, we have less people, supplies, and bots, I think. And each planet has its own unique hazards. So, like, on the first one, you have to worry about, like, meteor showers. This one, you have to watch out for blizzards and stuff, because it's, like, clearly a frozen planet. The other problem is that because the atmosphere is so thick, solar power does not work well. Alright, so first off, we need to get these people some oxygen. We have to decide where we want the, like, beginning of our base. So we'll just do it there. So they're gonna start taking stuff from our ship and building it. And then we'll want a way for them to get in through the airlock. Like so, and then you conduct them like that. We also have to worry about making sure our base gets the power it needs. So we'll start it with a solar panel because it's required for unlocking the wind turbine. As you can see, it says require solar panel, and it means built. It needs it to be finished and built. We'll also need ourselves some water. I don't think I planned this well. Alright. So we're gonna want some water for the oxygen. Connect those. With the first planet, you have to be careful because meteors will come down and they'll break your connections, and if you have, like, all of your power grid connected through one connection and it hits that, your whole base has no power. And you're just out of luck. So, lots of connections are good. However, they kind of cost materials. So, once these guys get connected, it'll say, okay, it needs water, this area needs oxygen. So we have power, and that'll go ahead and turn towards the sun, which is fun. We're gonna want wind turbines. They don't give exactly the most reliable power, but it's the only way we're gonna be able to potentially get any power at night. You can see up here, this is how strong the wind is, this is the time of day that it is. So, let's see. Let's probably leave this open so they can walk around it. So now that we have potentially all the stuff we need for making oxygen, so the oxygen has kind of like an AoE, like how many buildings it can affect, and you'll see what percentage of oxygen it's providing for the area. So we're gonna want to give them canteen, so somewhere to eat, get some entertainment. Just stick it there for now. Not so. There's also different sizes for everything. What you do is you grab it. So what else will we need? The dorm. Since the dorm, it only allows for one connection and then it ends it, so you kind of want it off to an area where it won't get in like the way of building the rest of it. Oh, I was showing you before I got too excited. So if you scroll, you can get different sizes, and then as we go, we can unlock like the blueprints or buy blueprints to make them even larger. So the hardest part, one of the hardest parts, is surviving the first night. If you don't get yourself enough power to go through the night, they will die. So that is a potential. We may not make it through this first night, and it would not be the first time I've had that problem. So let's get this out here as well. What I just placed there is a power collector, so when you make more power than your base is using, it will store that. So with this planet, as you can see, the day was pretty short. It's like almost done. So bye, sun. You were nice while you were around. Luckily the wind isn't too bad for right now. We also have, oop, not there. So there's all kinds of stuff you can make. There's no risk for thunderstorms on this. No risk for meteors. As you can see, there's different things for different planets. These are all things that your base will need on the inside. So oxygen low. The reason it did that is because this new base appeared, and so all of the oxygen that was in here just flooded in there, making everywhere lower. But it'll pick itself up. Let's go ahead and take off the tops so we can see what's happening in here. Quick save, game menu, help. So base management. Here you can see your stats. How's everybody feeling? Prestige, this affects like how, like the higher it is, the more people who will want to come and visit your base, but you also increase the chance that like pirates will come and try to like take your stuff or kill your people. So it's kind of a good— oh no. We'll learn to hate that sound. That is us running out of power. Ooh, look how pretty it is. I can't actually adjust the angle of our camera, but look how beautiful the stars are in this mirror. A problem with not having power is I don't think these things open. So this guy is— and this guy is stuck outside, and these guys are stuck— or outside, these guys are stuck inside. So that's not good. Oh no. We're off to a rough start, guys. Give him a bed. Oh no, are we gonna make it? I don't know that we are. The only way we can make it through this night is if the wind picks up again. It's picking up a little bit. Let's exit out of that. Here you can see we are consuming 11 and only producing 10. So that's why we're having this problem. Maybe if we gave them another turbine, that would help. So let's get that, and then we'll up its priority. So we'll have to wait for one of them to exit during that little like burst of enough power. Oh no, it's getting worse, you guys. Come back, wind. We need you. Oh no, this might be a rough start. Let's go ahead and up the speed and see if we can make it through this first night. Because we might not. Okay, go. There goes a bot and this guy. Alright. Go build that so we can get as much— oh, wait. We've gotten some wind and it's gone again. It's going. It's going and it's gone. But it's day! I think we did it! We survived. They didn't die. Come on, solar power. Are you gonna get us— are you gonna make it so we survive? Because without power, it can't produce oxygen, and so they will die. They need air to breathe, to thrive. That's how this works. So, let's go over here and see the— no, don't, no. Thank you. Edit. And we'll put ourselves a... So, we just survival reached. Ah, it doesn't do it. What that is you survived the first night. And I am really impressed we managed. So, this creates our food, this gives them their water, and this allows them to sit. As you can see, they're getting kind of hungry. Gotta exit this. So if you see here, you can see what the person does. They have all of these needs. They need food, water, oxygen, sleep. They need to have their morale up, and they need to be able to stay healthy. Just kind of, you know, standard stuff people need in general. So they're gonna go ahead and get some food. They're sitting on the ground right now to eat because they haven't made their table, and that actually lowers their morale. Anything from just working takes their morale down, sitting to eat, not having places to sleep. All of these things kind of affect their morale, as they should. So hopefully having this will help with our power during the night. If we can get some excess. If this gets full, we'll have to build another one to try to get through the night again. Because again, power is kind of as a reliable source of energy. So we've got the beds made, so they can go ahead and get some sleep. And we've built this and we've connected it. Once we have a little more materials, we could probably... Nope. Well, goodness, it doesn't connect to anything. I should have probably set that differently. I was gonna say we should connect it so we have another point of, like, connection, but I did it wrong. It didn't do it in a place that was conducive for it. So, oh well. We might move it around, or remove it later when we have a better, stable situation. So this is bioplastic, it's for building stuff. We also get bots, and later we'll be able to create more. I think there's 3 types. This one's just a carrier, so he'll come get stuff, take it in. Speaking of that, let's go ahead and... We have a couple things we could do now. We could do a biodome, which is for growing food. We could do a processing plant, which will take starch and metal and make them into bioplastic and metal. Alright. What else could we do? Multi-dome is for helping with the morale. So is the bar. Storage, health, lab. This makes meat and medicine. The control center will allow us to have, like, cops. People who can provide security. So let's see, where could we stick a storage? Do that. And so we still have that other connection that we could do if we wanted. But they take steel and we don't have that in production yet, so I want to be kind of careful with that. So we'll get storage so they can bring all of this stuff in. Here I said I wanted to make sure they had space for walking in this way, and then I close it off. Oh, I didn't even think about, like, a landing pad. I guess we'll have to have a different area be our landing area. So every map that you get is randomly generated, so, you know, I've never played on this map, so I don't know what it looks like. Yeah, we kind of chose, like, the most closed-off area to start in. We have all of this that we can build out into. I think there's definitely boundaries, but, you know, this is a lot of space for building our base. I figured the goal of this will be to... Is it in here? Milestones. Is to fill out every one of these. I think the one that I hadn't gotten on the first planet, I think, is the population of 300. Alright, so we've got people going. So as you can see, this guy's morale is getting kind of low. And eventually, if their morale gets too low, they won't work. So we have something for temporary boost, and that's some TV. So they'll be able to build that. You can also do plant, that helps. So now we have storage, which is good. Let's do... Probably a good idea to get some food in progress. Really want to do the medium one, even if it's really cost heavy, because you can grow so much more there. That connect? That can connect. That'll probably be the connection I end up making, is that one. If it's still available afterwards. I think I'll do this. And then... what else do we need? Something to process materials that we collect. Which will be this guy, but we should probably place the mine first. First off, let's see how... is this full? Yes. So let's give this another one so that we can make sure to survive throughout all the nights. Where do you fit? Right there. Is that the medium or small? It looks so much bigger than this one. Huh. Alright, we'll do that. As you can see, like, some land shapes are too much to affect and some aren't. So, like, it was able to lower that area, but you can't, you know, affect these giant mountains. Okay. Give me one moment. Save X again. Okay, maybe not. Next time, I will see if my settings are too high to cause that ripping and tearing in this image. I apologize for it until then. So, you guys not feeling good? Yeah, so they're gonna end up watching TV here pretty soon. Oh, look at all of that material we're using. We still have some, I think. Grids, charts, stats. The other thing up here is the people we have, the bots we have, and then over here, the food, the metal, bioplastic, healing, and the spares. Spares are for keeping these, the upkeep of these. If you run out of spares, you're kind of in a lot of trouble. Because the stuff will stop working. So things like power, water, that kind of stuff stops working, and if you can't then get the materials and make more spares, you just gotta hope you can buy it at some point or your thing dies. So. Sorry about the tear. So one last thing to build in this episode is probably the mine, which has a perfect connection right there. Good. So this will allow us to get the metal. What we've built over here will allow us to get starch. And depending on what foods go into the meal machine over here, changes the variety that they have. So let's go ahead and do that. And then probably one medicine. So, turn it. Right here, you can see these slots. They put food in this, and then depending on the combination, you get different meals. This used to be a massive list, but they kind of condensed it. So like wheat and mushrooms or wheat and tomatoes will make a pasta. You can make hamburgers, otherwise you make a salad. You can also make a base meal, which is just, you know, the last resort. If none of the other recipes are met, you get a base meal. And if they eat too many of that, it causes malnutrition, which is not good. So what do we got here? We have our food, our biodome. We have somewhere for them to eat and get some entertainment. Sleep, air, and storage. Oh. So that sound is these guys using up their power. So it's kind of like a warning that you are not producing enough throughout the night, but you still have power. Oh no. It's a sound of great anxiety throughout the nights in many of my games. Power seems to be my hardest. The thing I have struggled the most with, so. You can see this guy, he's got a little orange, like, wrench over him. He has a condition and he has an integrity, so this is like his lifespan and this is like his current state. So every once in a while he'll break down, which I think he just did. So he broke down, so an engineer will have to go out and repair him, but it doesn't mean he's like gone forever. It just means he needs a little bit of a repair before he can continue doing his carrier job. We've got I think we have 2 biologists. 2 engineers? Are you an engineer? Yes. And 2 workers. We might yeah. Something along those lines. There's 7 of them. Yeah. So there's 3 of each plus the Maybe there's 3 workers? I don't see all of my people, so... Ah, they're in bed. We have... Oh, and we have a medic. So yeah, that's the other one. We have medics, workers, biologists, and engineers currently. You can get more people through ships as they land and bring peoples. So I think that's a pretty solid start. We made it through the first night, so that's a good start for me. I have failed many a colony before when it comes to the first night, so I hope you enjoyed this episode, and until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.